Welcome to Display Ads to Info. We're running a case study and documenting the financials around the growth and monetizing the website using Ezoic. So let's get straight into it. So this month we're looking at August 2022 financial figures, and you can see the kind of result that we got here for the month was $18,476. And this is broke down in kind of three different chunks of cash, basically. So there's like the default Ezoic money, which came through at $12,754. Mediation. This is where we can use Adsense mediation. If Adsense could have earned more for the ad placement compared to Ezoic, then that ad will be placed via Adsense and will receive this money directly from Adsense. Which helps boost our overall earnings. You know, it's only going to be a small percentage compared to what Ezoic could have earned from that, but at least it's still a boost. And it's Ezoic doing the best possible thing for their publisher, basically, rather than just forcing that to go through their standard route. And we're also part of the premium program, so here we earned $3,488 for this month. It's worth saying that the premium program does require the publisher to pay a premium fee to Ezoic, and we pay $2,200 a month currently in the tier that we're in, and that returns $3,488. So we do get a benefit from that, but obviously we are forking out, so you can take $2,200 off the net amount here, basically, which does reduce it down. Overall, you know, I would like to be seeing some growth, but you know, this is okay considering the current market, considering algorithm changes, etc. Our EPMV is currently around $36 for the month, which has reduced slightly, but we will get into that. Okay, so just to show you this, so if we look at the AdSense here, I just want to quickly show you that this is the revenue for last month, basically. So you can see that shown in pounds, but you can see that this is the AdSense mediation that I'm talking about that comes through. So having this feature turned on does help you earn more money. If you want it simplified, you don't have to turn it on, but I would recommend turning it on. All right, getting straight into the Ezoic Big Data Analytics, which is basically their version of Google Analytics, but includes all the financial data. Looking at the month for August, we can see here, this is our revenue for the month. We can see how it goes up and down, etc. We can see this is our net result for the month, our EPMV, total page views, and then broken down kind of day by day our revenues for the day. So this is what the month looked like. If we compare this against the previous month, we can see here that we are up about 4% in revenue. EPMV was up about 1%, which really isn't a lot, maybe 40 cents. It looks like it's up there. And the page views was up 2%. So more traffic, more revenue, higher EPMV. So overall, it is a good result for the month. As you can see, looking at the revenue, it's kind of up and down either way. So, you know, still a very unbalanced month from a growth perspective. Just looking at this on page views, the blue line is the August page views. So again, you can see up and down compared to the previous month. It's also worth saying that there was an issue last month in August that other publishers must have seen as well, which included boosting traffic from Seychelles and another country that I forget at the minute, but which wasn't actually picked up via Ezoic. It was blocked out and seen as bot traffic, but it was picked up in Google Analytics. So this traffic is accurate, but a lot of publishers probably would have seen a boost in traffic, which wasn't monetized via Google Analytics, and I chose to block that traffic out using Cloudflare, just blocking those countries out and putting a capture in place to check that traffic before it passes through. Czech Republic, that was the other country. So in case you have seen that, I'd recommend putting that block in place via Cloudflare. But Ezoic, just so you know, the analytics blocked it out anyway and didn't pick it up and didn't try and monetize that traffic. So caused no problems at all with the reporting side of things. All right, next, it's interesting. So this is month by month. If we go back and look at things a year ago, this is where it gets interesting. So this is looking at August 2021. You can see in that month we earned $6,000, and a year later we earned $18,000. So the growth here is very significant. EPMV is actually pretty similar, and the page views grew from almost 2,000 page views to 600,000 page views, which is a crazy increase really. And then you can see our daily revenues were about $200 on a good day actually, and now we're easily over $600. So yeah, and one day it's $700. So the growth there is good. Obviously, we put a lot of work in, creating a lot of content, and administering this site to make it perform as best as possible. But this is evidence for what can be done in a year. We managed to add $12,000 a month in revenue, just from the work that we put in, and we hope for continued growth, obviously. All right, let's keep moving. I wanted to show you the breakdown of how this looks by country. So this shows us, United States shows us the page views here. So most of these page views are coming from the United States. And you can see the EPMV that we're averaging for that country and the income that comes from that country. And you can see, and this is obvious anyway from speaking with Ezoic, but United States, Canada, UK and Australia are where the best results are coming in for us basically. So this is where the most amount of money comes in. It's where the EPMVs are good, but specifically the USA. So if you're starting a blog, make sure you're focusing traffic for the USA. That's where you're going to get the best results basically. Canada also is good, but if you look at the EPMVs that we're experiencing, 45 compared to 32, 21, 20, where would you put your bets? So 1,000 visitors in the USA is worth more than double 1,000 visitors in the UK as an example. So it's just some information to bear in mind when you're creating content, when you're targeting users, when you're looking at increasing the EPMV on your website and your overall ad earnings. It's just something to consider. That's a good portion of data with a good amount of users and a good amount of ad revenue to for you to realistically look at this and take it seriously. Okay, now this is something else which is something I'm starting to explore with Ezoic. So this is the video hosting side of things. So you can see here that we earned $951 from hosting videos with Ezoic, which could be something that a lot of publishers aren't currently doing. So if you've got video content that you want to embed in articles, you can host it with Ezoic free of charge. They will show ads in it, same way that YouTube does, or similar to YouTube does, and you'll earn from that ad revenue at a better split compared to using YouTube. So this will change over time, but you can see we've uploaded videos, we've changed a lot of settings, etc. We've got to a point where it's earning almost $1,000 a month. And we don't have a lot of video content, to be honest. This is something I'm looking at developing going forward. And this will go back down before it goes back up, just because of how I've got the settings configured and how videos are shown on the site. But I'd expect that I could earn what this figure shows here, $25 to $30 a month straight away. And we've kind of boosted it at the minute, but I think that will wind back down going forward. So if you haven't looked at the video features within Ezoic, I'd recommend getting a video on there, getting it linked into some content with traffic, start collecting data, and think about how you can migrate video content over to Ezoic. The videos can rank independently on their own URLs, and they can be embedded into the content as well. So that is a really good monetization tool, and this is helping us earn more in a time where EPMVs are slightly reduced. So let's get into that. So Ezoic has this fantastic tool. I'm sure you would have seen it already. So it's the ad revenue index. We're looking specifically at data for the US here. And this shows us the last 12 months, it shows you as long as you need basically, but we're looking at the last 12 months for the ad earnings basically on an index rating. And I want to show you how that looks. So if we draw a line across it like this, we can look at August here between these two markers, and this is showing us figures of from 44 spiking to 52 there. If we look at last year, you can see this is pretty much all over the 50s, 55, and it spikes up crazy for some reason at 0.78. Not too sure why. But what we can learn basically year on year, if that was the average that I've drawn the line there, you can see that this August is down from last year basically, and it's also worse than January at the start of the year. So we're still in kind of a negative or a less positive market for overall ads and potential ad earnings than we'd like to be. But you know, it is what it is. Hopefully that increase towards the end of the year. I'm just showing you that if you are seeing your ad revenues decrease but your traffic stay the same, this is probably why. And this isn't just for Ezoic, this is across basically the entire market. So Mediavine, Adsense, if you're running ads through Adsense, etc., the entire market is going to be seeing a similar slight decline. And this is a good way of keeping track of it, basically. So just letting you know that that is available, letting you know what the market currently looks like, and that's not the end of the world, basically. You know, it will go up in time. It's a financial situation. If people are paying more for ads, or if more people want to purchase ads, then the bids against each other will push the prices up. Okay, other thing to consider is August did have a Google Core update, and we do rely on Google traffic, basically, so our rankings in Google to provide traffic. This is it's a very difficult topic to actually understand and get decent information around, but whenever a core update comes out, it can have dramatic effects on your rankings, on the traffic that you receive organically from Google. Our traffic, as you can see, month on month didn't really make much difference, but we are producing an awful lot of content, and we've been consistently creating over 100 articles a month for the last 12 months, or at least on average we've been doing that. Sometimes we've done a lot more. And the last few months we haven't really seen a big increase in traffic. It's been very, very slow increase, similar to what we've seen here, 4 or 5%. But considering the amount of articles we're creating, the energy and the actual payments that are going into the writing team to create this content, we're not really seeing a good uplift in traffic. So we could actually be affected by these algorithms and getting a decline in some of our URLs and some of our content, but the amount of content we're creating is still showing a positive incline, but it's not what I would expect. I would like to be growing at around 100,000 page views a month compared for the money that I'm putting in and the effort that I'm putting in creating content. But you can see here the page views increased by 10,000, 12,000, so not a lot. So algorithm changes can affect your website, this case study website, but it is what it is. So just letting you know our situation there. All right, so that gives you the financial updates for the website that we're discussing here. I do have on the display ads to info website, you can see there is some information on this site, new articles that it's worth letting you know about. So if you go to resources and how to make money online, my advice to you. So I've created this article, which in my opinion is the most succinct article for how to make money from a content website. So I've documented in the simplest way possible how I create content, how I show ads, and the reasons for doing these things, and what I would advise someone else to do at starting a content website. So it's a really useful article in my opinion. It links out to more detailed articles that have got on the website if you want to learn about on-page SEO, keyword research, content production, etc. Links out to references to different ad revenue reports, etc. So I'll put a lot of effort into that. I think it can provide a lot of value to people, so it's there. It's probably going to take 15-20 minutes to read. I'd recommend having a look if that's useful to you. And also, just another bit of news, so I created some content around this as well. So I got reached out from a content ad drive. They saw the traffic that the site was producing, were interested to see if we would move to them. I did engage with AdThrive, had a conversation with them, went through their processes for applying to them. We got approved by AdThrive. We went through the financial analysis, comparing it to the information that we're seeing with Ezoic, and in short, they didn't believe that they could earn more with AdThrive compared to Ezoic. So there's just some information around that. Basically, I shared them all my Ezoic financial data for the case study website, and it turns out that they couldn't give me the guarantee that I would earn more with AdThrive. I think they felt that it was unlikely, and there's lots of variance to this. So it can be the way that the type of content I'm creating, the way that I'm displaying ads, the way that I'm not showing ads on certain pages, but maybe showing a fair amount of ads on other pages. Can be the audience makeup. It can be related to how they would have a single template for AdThrive ads across the site compared to a dynamic approach with Ezoic, etc. But either way, this actually gave me great confidence with the setup that I've got with Ezoic, the work that I've put into the optimization, and knowing that there's not this stepping stone approach where people use Adsense, get the site up and running, get maybe 10,000 page views, move to Ezoic, work their way to 100,000 page views, and then move off to Mediavine or AdThrive, etc. You can actually stick with Ezoic from the very start. You don't need to use Adsense. Build your site with Ezoic, optimize it as you go, and then earn good results continually. So this is I'm just sharing my story with this. Obviously, I could move over to AdThrive. The results could be better. They could be worse. But they spent the time looking at it, and they couldn't convince themselves or me. And they do have a 20% ad revenue guarantee, which they couldn't guarantee me basically because they didn't believe that they could earn more from moving this case study site over to AdThrive. And this isn't me having a kick with AdThrive. I'm aware there's a lot of people making decent ad revenues with them, but I'm just saying after doing this, having this conversation with them, it looked like the best place was to stick with Ezoic. So I've documented that. Have a read at that. Let me know in the comments what you think. It was interesting. It took a bit of time, but it was interesting to go through that process, understand and learn more about that ad provider, what it could do for this case study website, and then sticking in the same place actually gives me good confidence that the site's in the right place, and hopefully we'll continue to get good earnings going forward with Ezoic. Okay, so that is all for now. If you've got any questions, get over to Display Ads to Info. We've got an Ask Me Anything section, and in here you can ask me as many questions as you want about whatever you need, Ezoic or WordPress or blogging related, etc. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.